Let me take you back to 2010. You're in school, and every day at recess, you go out to the baseball field. Sometimes you play kickball, sometimes you get a pickup game of baseball going. Sometimes you just play catch. Maybe over the weekend, you go to a baseball game at the local baseball stadium, and you get some wonderful baseball cards to add to your collection. Now, this was 10 years ago. Times are changing, and the game of baseball is slowly declining in popularity for multiple reasons. However, there are a few alternatives and a few aspects of the game that can make it better and increase in popularity. Sports analytics has been on the rise for the past few years, and there is a little dispute over the goodness or morality of these analytics, but ultimately they're the number one way we can increase the attendance at baseball games and make sure baseball stays the same in terms of attendance and doesn't die as a sport. Although there are some very big risks involved with shifting the game digitally, more computers, and less human interaction, using these analytics moving forward will provide a better outcome for the MLB and other minor league baseball stadiums and teams in the long run. And here's why. We're going to start with the analytics in general. What are sports analytics? What are some tools, and why should we care about them? Well, there are many databases and visualizations, including R, Python, eViews, Tableau. R and Python are coding a lot of data stuff, running regressions, and they basically tell you how attendance or whatever variable you're looking at, how it correlates team by team, by division, basically what's working and what isn't. Tableau is a visualization software that gives you a visualization, obviously, graphs of what's working, what's not, what teams do we do better against, and which teams do we, not as much. And so how can we fix it? According to Forbes, the popularity of data-driven decision-making in sports has trickled down to the fans, which are consuming more analytical content than ever before. Part of this reason is because it's a younger demographic going to the baseball games now, and in today's era of technology, more of the younger fans will understand more technology and basically have more screen time on their hands. There are now entire websites dedicated to the research and analysis of sports statistics and analytics and how they relate to a prediction in performance. That was also from Forbes. There are major benefits for teams and the major leagues, not just the fans. There's higher accuracy for scouting opponents, teams, and everything. These big data corporations using computers are more precise and more accurate with the numbers and what they mean. There's real-time data. These databases always update as soon as they possibly can, which is a lot better in terms of time consuming than manually going through everything. They update just right off the bat. There is an improvement in player performance. The players do better once they have more data and they learn more of what they're good at, what they're not, how to fix it. And once the player's performance increases, they play at a better level, which makes the rest of the team play at a better level, and the team value goes up as the players start to get better. According to Agile Sport Analytics, these analytics enhance the team's business performance as well from an organizational standpoint. If all of the players are doing well and there's more data and helping them get better, the team as a whole does better, and the players' values go up as they go better, the team's value goes up, and if they want to trade or scout or whatever for these other players, the players' value being increasingly higher because of these analytics helps the team get the best value for their players, which they are trying to trade away, or get the best possible accurate value for the players that they want to get. One of the counter arguments of these analytics has been about the cheating scandals of the Astros and the Red Sox winning the World Series by going overboard and basically steering these analytics into the ground. According to Forbes, one of the major problems is the unfair insider knowledge that an opposing team could gain in the transfer markets with illicitly obtained data on their rivals. The tools needed to make sure data can be collected safely and kept only in the hands of those who it is intended for are already available. Basically, in layman's terms, the worst part about analytics is that they could fall into the wrong hands, or teams could go berserk and go crazy and use them to cheat, like the Astros did in 2017. And, you know, obviously it's a concern. Everything in the sports world, basically, there are two sides. There are concerns, counter arguments. However, when these analytics are being used correctly by teams like the Rays and the Athletics with so much smaller payrolls, but they use the analytics to get on the same level as the big market teams, it's their way to catch up because they don't have enough money, enough payroll to get the best players. They have only provided upside. These analytics have only provided upside in terms of team attendance and team success for these small market teams. So, in conclusion, as long as these analytics are used correctly, they are very good for the game in terms of player performance, team success, revenue in terms of an organizational standpoint for the teams, and for the younger generation as well in terms of boosting attendance for the league, because the younger players will want to see more of the technological aspects of it, especially if gambling on sports becomes available in the stadiums. A lot of the younger fans are going to use analytics to figure out how they want to gamble, and if the gambling machines are in the stadiums, a lot more fans will come to the stadiums and drive back the attendance of the MLB to where it already was. We should care about these sports analytics because they could be the reason that baseball stops dying, quote unquote dying, and provide a better upside for the league in general and for future projections.